What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this reality chat. I wanted to chime in and get your thoughts on Dr. Jackie. Now, for those of you who've been here for a minute, you know that I've shared a little bit of my thoughts on Dr. Jackie from Married to Medicine. I don't dislike her 100%, but she has some ways that I don't exceptionally care for. And I do feel that she is a bit of an elitist. I have picked that up about her attitude. I'm not saying that everybody has to be like Quad, which I don't care for her either, but she has struck me as a bit of an elitist. And I even remember when she first met Dr. Heavenly, who can just be downright grimy and mean and spiteful and your mama and, that type of stuff that she does in Loud and whatever. Two different sides, of the same coin in a way, if you want to be really honest about it. But when this came out about Dr. Jackie recently and her thoughts about African American women that are pregnant, it didn't shock me because 100% Dr. Jackie is a capitalist. And when I saw her on this most recent episode of Married to Medicine, and I just have a thing when I hear a person say, I have arrived. I don't like when people say that. One, the reason I don't like it is because it is an elitist way of thinking. And two, I do believe that when people say things like that, they usually have this thought in their mind that they are above other people. And nobody's better than anyone, period. You may have ways about yourself or make better decisions or whatever that you believe are more beneficial or whatever. And that's great. I have no problems with that. But when I heard Nene say that, I was like, girl, please. And then we see what she's been going through over the past several years. I'm not trying to say that Dr. Jackie and Nene are the same people. But I just have a thing when I hear anyone say, I have arrived. I don't like it. But 100% Dr. Jackie is a capitalist. That's the only reason why she's on the show. She really had no interest in sharing anything about her personal life. And that's one of the reasons why she was just so kind of like shut down and not really wanting to say much when it came to the personal situation when her husband got busted by the blogs, cheating on her, walking through an airport, holding another woman's hand, pretty much in a relationship with another woman. Let's just be honest. He wasn't just effing some other chicks or just going to the strip club or whatever. Not saying that that's okay either, but she really didn't want to come on the show and share anything about her personal life. She just really wanted to come on the show to promote her practice, to grow her businesses, grow her name. And that is 100% what she has done. I'll never knock anyone for wanting to grow their business. I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in it, and it's a great thing when I can see another African-American woman doing their thing in business. It is impactful and it is inspiring. But when you are someone that is serving the public, especially the African-American women that you just had a Zoom call with the Vice President of the United States talking about how a lot of us are ignored when it comes to our health and medical conditions and concerns, and how the mortality rate is high and all of this other stuff. And then people go digging, and then they can find things that you've said that have been not in tune or in line with the conversation that you just had with the vice president.
Sometimes as African-American women, we're a bit more dramatic, in that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain, and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy.
That ain't me, boo. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I didn't say you. I just said as African-American women, we want to also make sure you're being serious with your doctor and not playing the game so I can take you off work. Because then we see you 25 times in the pregnancy. It's hard to believe that there's a true problem when there's a true problem.
Now, I got that clip from the Neighborhood Talk, and they got it from Bondi Blue. Listen, I don't really know how she thought that was going to go unnoticed, or that wasn't going to come back to bite her at some point in time. But that's just trash. And I've only had one child in my lifetime, and there's a reason. Because after going through it, I was like, I'm not going through that on ever again. And I thank God that I didn't. My husband and I were like, no, we're good. Even though he had thoughts of wanting to have other kids, I'm like, well, you don't have to get pregnant and give birth, so you can get some dogs. Okay? And we've had a lot of fur babies over the years, okay? But anyway, I didn't have to give birth to them, and you can put those kids in kennels. Oh, let me stop, but it's true. But anyway, I'm just saying, I can't even say that I'm surprised by what she said in this conversation that she had with Dr. Heavenly, because for her to say that Black women can be dramatic and cry wolf, like, what? I would really love to know how many other ethnicities of women she has served as an OBGYN to even give a comparison like that. But, it's really up to we who are the ones that are the life givers, the birthers of children, which she has not had a child. She hasn't been able to have children, and I'm not saying anything negative about her, but that's an experience that she's never gone through. Just because she has been a doctor, and in all honesty, it kind of puts her in the same position as a male doctor, a male OBGYN who may have been serving women for over 50 years, but he can never say what a woman feels like because he could never say he's been in that position. Only a female OBGYN who actually has had children could say what a woman feels like. And every pregnancy is different. Every pregnancy is different. Every woman is different. And that's such a huge insult. I can remember years ago, my husband and I, we'd been together for a long time, but we had our child a long time ago. We were really young. But even then, I knew something wasn't right. The OBGYN that I was going to at the time, he was fine. I didn't have any issues with him. And I, continued to see him for my regular checkups after having our child. And it was just like something about him had flipped. I didn't like his attitude. He was just like really short with me. I could just tell that there was something that wasn't right. And then one time, my pap smear came back and they were saying that it was abnormal and he needed to do all of these different tests and all these other things. And something didn't sit right with me about that. And I was pretty young back then. I was in my early 20s. And something just wasn't right to me. So I actually went to another doctor for a second opinion. And I actually told that doctor, I said, I've been going to this OBGYN for years. I didn't like how he started treating me, how he was speaking. I felt like he was being short with me. I said, my pap smears have always come back normal. And then just all of a sudden, they were saying my pap smear came back abnormal, and they had to do all of these different tests and all these different things. And I said, I'm not saying that they're lying, but it's just something about it just didn't sit well with me. And I just want to get a second opinion. And I also don't want to see someone when I don't feel like they really care about me, and I don't like how they're speaking to me and just treating me like I'm just another number. And, we are pretty much just numbers to these people. Don't in my face treat me like that. And just, you're really just not caring for me. I'm just another number, or, you can bill my insurance or whatever. So I went to this other doctor, OBGYN. I had another pap smear that came back normal. He said, we'll just do, because you normally would do your pap smear once a year. He said, well, what we'll do is we'll do another one in 3 months, see how that comes back. And I did a follow-up every 3 months for the first year. And then we went to 6 months. And then we went to the normal every year. Don't you know, from the time I left that previous OBGYN to going to a different OBGYN, all of my pap smears came back normal. So I thank God that I had the mind to think for myself and not just follow what this guy, this OBGYN that I had previously seen for a few years at least, that I felt flipped and I didn't just go along with what he was saying. We really, as the people, as the patients, we have to stand up for ourselves, because I don't care if the person has the same skin color as you, because that actual first OBGYN, he was an African doctor that I was going to. And the OBGYN that I switched to, he was a Jewish guy. Very friendly, very informative, never treated me like a number. He always made me feel welcome when I came there. He always remembered me. I even remember when I got my tubes tied back in 2019, because he didn't deliver our child. But I was telling him that I'm tired of taking birth control pills, and my husband said he's going to get a vasectomy, but I don't think it's going to happen. So let's just go ahead and do this. And I had some fibroids as well. So he said, well, how old is your child? And when I told him, he said, oh yeah, you're good, because they didn't want to tie my tubes. And then I decided in 6 months or a year that I wanted to have another baby. I said, no, I'm good. Our one and only child is this age at this point in time. I'm not trying to have a baby and an adult as children. Okay. So, but yeah, he always treated me kindly, and he just actually retired around the time of COVID, but I've been going to him ever since. And he was a Jewish doctor. I'm saying all of that to say, not everyone that looks like you has your best interest at heart. Dr. Jackie is a capitalist. She is, in my opinion, an elitist. I don't really care for some of the ways she carries herself. It's all about business for her. And so someone that's just all about business, and yeah, she can be on the camera and, dealing with these celebrities as patients, the Brad and whoever else she's had the opportunity to have as a patient in her clinic and grow her practice and do the other things that she's doing. That's all well and good for business, but I don't want to go to someone where they have a thought like that and they can say things like Black women can be dramatic and cry wolf, and you don't know if they're really having a problem or if they just want to get a doctor's note so they don't have to go to work. Why does that matter to you? Are they working for you? Are they working in your practice and they're asking you for a note to not come into work on your job? So that was just ridiculous. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about that, guys, because it bothered me. I do believe that Dr. Jackie enjoys what she does. But I also, even if that was years ago, and people can change their mind and they can have a change of heart, or they can maybe see the error of their ways and say, you know what, I really shouldn't have said that. That did not come out right. Or I wasn't even thinking. I apologize for that or whatever. But I'm sorry. That statement that she made, it doesn't surprise me that that's something that she said. Not at all. I can't even say that, oh, that doesn't sound like Dr. Jackie. No, I could see her saying something like that more than Dr. Simone. I know Dr. Jackie gets more of the cred when it comes to being this Black female OBGYN on Married to Medicine, more so than Dr. Simone. And even Dr. Heavenly has thrown shade at Dr. Simone in that way, well, Dr. Jackie, she's a surgeon. Okay, can Dr. Simone do what she's doing? Maybe Dr. Simone doesn't want to ascend to the heights that Dr. Jackie's at. Not everyone wants to do exactly what someone else is doing that is in the same profession. I'm a licensed esthetician. I have a brick and mortar beauty business. I also have a skincare line. I have been a licensed esthetician for many years now. I'm not trying to do what anyone else is doing, and I don't look for anyone else to copy me or do what I'm doing. I am grateful to be doing what I'm doing. I'm thankful to be in the lane that I am in. I've had multiple locations. I'm downsizing. I'm not in a race or competition with anyone. Not everyone is trying to compete with other people that are in the same industry. You know, Dr. Heavenly, if I ain't even going to go there right now. But yeah, this doesn't surprise me about what Dr. Jackie said. I would really love to know what you guys think about this. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful. And now I'm going to say bye.
What time is your appointment?